I too can spread awareness about the potential benefits and assistance that a good, healthy law enforcement agency can have on their local community. Because I truly do believe that it's important that our own communities, minorities, and not only minorities, but all the citizens in a community bond and form personal relationships between their own law enforcement officers. Because as I walk down the street, I see police officers in my town in Old Japan just having a conversation with somebody raking leaves outside their house, and I think that's really special because if everyone in a community can work towards one goal, I think everybody in the community can benefit through that goal. And as I'm heading to college next year, I want to major in urban studies or public policy, and I think through this internship I can really learn about the law enforcement aspect of an urban environment, and I guess how that relates to local government as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, are Andrew's parents here? Mom and Dad? There's Dad. Dad, you should be very proud of Andrew. Andrew did a great job. Next is another Andrew, Andrew Sue. And Andrew Sue is from Ridgewood High School. Andrew?
Hello, I am 18 years old, I'm guessing the oldest of fellow interns. So I graduated this year from Ridgewood High School, and I'm currently enrolled at Bergen Community College. I hope that through this internship that I can gain some insight from Chief Kugler and the honored guests. I hope through their experience and knowledge that I can learn a lot. Personally, I have an interest in the military as my brother graduated from the Naval Academy last year. So right now I'm trying to become an officer in the military through one of the 5 service academies. And I guess that's all I have for right now.
Andrew, you said you're 18, right?
Yes.
So the good news about you is you could take the entry examination now, because you're 18, but it only comes up once every like 2 years. So when that cycle comes up, you take that test. That's so important.
Will do, sir.
And we'll help you, we'll give you all the information and point you in the right direction to study hard so you get a good grade on that test. Is your father here?
Yes, sir, he's right there.
Okay, who takes credit for him? Thank you. Thank you for being here, thank you for what you do. Joseph, you? Where's Joseph? Joseph's from Paramus High School. And Mom and Dad, where are you? Okay, there's the dad, thank you. Okay, Joseph, all yours.
Hello, my name is Joseph Yoon. I'm a junior at Paramus High School. And right now I'm planning to join the nursing education and join the nursing program since I love to help people out. One of the main reasons why I joined this program was to build up my self-confidence. In order to become a nurse, I want to be able to help people, talk to people, be more self-confident, and help people out. When I go to college, I plan on going to the ROTC program, which is a military program. I just wanted to join the military when I was younger. I actually came here when I was 3 years old. My parents immigrated to the USA, and right now I'm in Paramus finishing my studies.
Thank you, Joseph. And maybe it's your sister Jessica? Jessica and Joseph, are you, no, different mom, so probably not. So. Jessica Yoon is a 9th grader at the academies at Englewood High School. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, I'm from Ridgefield. I go to academies at Englewood, and right now there I'm studying finance, so I'm just basically going over the very basics, I guess. I should start with my background. My family came here in the late 1990s. My brother was yet to be born, and so we're both citizens here. And I just hope that this experience would open my mind to, I guess, different visions, because I don't really have a dream yet. But I just chose finance because I think it's the most basic thing to know. Because like I think business is everywhere, and that also ties in with law, and that's also a reason why I decided to join this program, because I feel like those two fields go hand in hand, because you can't establish a business without the law, you know. And I just hope that this experience will really help me in general as a citizen.
Thank you, Jessica. Your mom. Hi, Mom. How are you? Thank you very much for being a part of this program as well. Thank you, Jessica. And our next student, Christine Kim. Is there a Christine Kim? There she is. Christine's a Ridgefield High School student. Mom and Dad, where are you? Yes, Mom. Hello. Dad's here too or no? Okay, Christine, all yours.
Hi, my name is Christine Kim. I'm a junior in Ridgefield Memorial High School. Speaking of involvement, I'm heavily involved in music, and at first I was considering a career in criminology, so that's why I joined this internship, so it can expand my knowledge. And my goal in life is to open every door of opportunity to and just try to be prepared and have a knowledge and bits of knowledge here and there, so I'm prepared in general. And since I'm heavily involved in music, I'm thinking of majoring in music education. When I perform a lot, and I thought public speaking would be really similar to performing, but it's really not. I'm really nervous right now. And, but I think what I get out of when I speak in front of an audience or when I perform is that after, the feeling after, where I feel really proud of myself for doing it. And since that performance or that speech was good, I know in my heart that I know that I worked really hard for it, and that feeling, it just feels really good. It just feels really good. So and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Christine and Mom. Minjung. Okay, Alvin Cho. Okay, Alvin. And Alvin's mom and dad. Mom is here. Hi, Mom. And Dad too or no? Just Mom. Okay. Okay, Alvin. All yours, buddy.
Hello, my name is Alvin Cho, and I joined this program because I wanted insight of the first goal I actually had as a little child, to become a police officer. But right now I'm leaning more towards going into the military. My background is that my parents are both born in Korea. I was born in Korea myself. I moved here in 2003 when I was 2 years old. My brother Brian Cho was born here in California on September 4th, 2003. I'm not really good at public speaking, so. When I was a little child, I was thinking one day, wow, what would a police officer do? So I was it looked interesting. Cause my first impression was they have a gun, they have a weapon. Surely they get to use it 24/7, but later on found that it was just for safety purposes. Then, my mind changed to military, then to a STEM career, then right now I don't really know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's basically it.
You did a great job. You introduced your brother, so I guess your brother's got to go next. That's Brian. And David, is that your other brother too? You have a David? In your family? No, that's someone different. Okay.
Hello, my name is Ryan Cho. I'm a freshman at Richfield Memorial High School. And I don't know what I want to do in the future. I haven't really thought about it. And I joined this program so I could become a better public speaker, so I could learn more about law enforcement and so that I don't really have anything to say.
Good job, Brian. Let me tell you something, one of the public speaking seminars that we went to, they start off by, methods of instructions actually, probably most of us been through that. But to get over the cobwebs about public speaking, what Brian just mentioned, you get up there and the instructor gives you a piece of paper, you don't know what the word says on it, but you get up there and it says a word. The word could be golf ball, or it could be glass, whatever the word is, you open it up and you have to talk about that word for 2 minutes. And at first it's hard to talk about a golf ball for 2 minutes, but at the end of the class, when they repeat the performance, it's like almost, oh, well, golf ball's white and a lot of people hit it. I actually hit it and I lose it. So if you get over the uncomfortableness, you're going to be a great public speaker and you're going to have confidence in yourself, and that's what this program begins to give these young students. So thank you, Brian. Okay, Hunso? Am I saying it right, Hunso? That's why you call yourself Gloria. Okay. So there's Hunso Lee, also known in American terms as Gloria. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, I'd like to first thank the detective, the chef, and the executive members, and the mayor. My name is Gloria Lee, and I'm a freshman in academies at Inglewood, and I study finance there. And I really seem to like it, and I really want to pursue finance. So the reason I joined this internship and this volunteering, this research, is because I noticed that business has a lot to do with law, and recently in my business class I learned about like unethical versus legal stuff, and I found that very interesting, and my parents told me about this opportunity. I decided to take it, and what I want to get out of this internship is I want to have more background knowledge, and from the research that I earn, like I'll get more knowledge, and I want to get more inspiration and motivation for my dreams. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Gloria, your mom and dad here? Your dad, maybe? No? Well, your dad is Young Hope Lee, so tell your dad we said hello. That's it? No. Okay. All right, last but not least, Dennis. Dennis is from Ramsey High School, and Dennis is going to tell us a little bit about himself. Dennis?
Okay, hi. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody in this room for being able to make it tonight. So my name is Dennis Hahn, and I'm a sophomore at Ramsey High School. And my family background is that my parents immigrated here from Korea, and me and my brother, we were both born in Fort Lee, but we then moved to Ramsey, New Jersey shortly after. So my goals, as for right now, is I want to major in media communications, and then after that I hope to pursue a career either in film and television production or journalism. So the reason why I entered the program was I thought it would be a really interesting experience, and I thought it would be a great way for me to practice public speaking. But in addition to that, what I hope to get out of the experience is I hope to, one, bolster my resume, and also to get a better understanding of how the criminal justice system and how law enforcement works in this country. That's all.
Thank you, Dennis. And your mom or dad here? Helen, are you here? And that's Helen. And the dad is Ngrak?
Yeah, right.
I said that right?
Yeah, right, good.
Ngrak?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being a
Yeah.
part of this. And great job, all of you. Let's give them a great round of. Okay, so now comes an opportunity for the parents or anybody here that would like to offer any words of encouragement for your young students, or question or comment to this panel of special guests, or just say anything you want. Are there any questions or any comments or any input from these wonderful parents who engage their children to be here?
I have a question about law enforcement and inherent danger. I mean, being a police officer or pursuing a career in law enforcement is one of many government or public services that you could pursue. But one thing unique or different about being a law enforcement professional is that there's the inherent danger. I've seen a lot of news where police officer go to work one day and he or she does not come back. How do you mitigate, or how do you manage that danger every day as you go to work?
Great question. Chief, you're the president of the Chiefs. You answer that.
Thanks for that, Chief. But I think it's one of those things. We know it's there, but we don't think about it. It's just part of what we do. And I think anybody that's worn a uniform and wears the badge would tell you that it is what we do, it is who we are. We understand it's there. I think we all do every day when we walk out of our houses, no matter what your job is. You know, we're administration at this point, but we're out in the public in uniform. It could happen anytime, anywhere. Small communities, large communities, you've seen it all over the place. It's just because you're, what I said before about being in your heart and it's what you do and who you are, it's something it's running in the background, but it's always in the back of your mind. It's probably always in the back of your family's minds, but somebody needs to do it, and we're the chosen ones, if you will. And speaking as a parent, if one of my kids would want to follow in my footsteps, I have daughters, but that doesn't mean they can't be law enforcement officers. There's plenty of very, very good female law enforcement officers. Would I be apprehensive, I guess would be the word. I don't know that I wouldn't discourage them, that's for sure, you know, but understand that as a parent, you would love to see them follow in your footsteps, but also as a parent, you don't want them to you know, partake in a career that's dangerous. But again, if that's what they want to do, because they're the ones that ultimately have to do it, then you know, that's what we would all deal with. So I guess the answer is, it's in us. We know it's there, but you know, we just deal with it on a daily basis and try not to think about it. But you always have to be cognizant of that fact and you know, be aware of your surroundings all the time, more so now than any time probably in the history of law enforcement. Thank you.
That's a great question, and let me just follow up. It was April 2003 that May and I both were in conference in Tampa, Florida, but April 2003, a female police officer was shot and killed in her jurisdiction in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. I actually went to the police academy with her in 1985. But Bergen County, the home to the most amount of communities, nice area, affluent towns, you would never think that a police shooting or someone going to shoot the police is going to occur. And it's very rare. It doesn't really happen too often. But lo and behold, in April 2003, the Easter week, Mary Ann Kalura responded to a call about a stolen car pursuit that Clifton was following, and it entered Fair Lawn, and it came to an area in Fair Lawn, a major intersection, got into a vehicle accident. And Mary Ann Kalura got to that scene, and along with the Clifton police officer, wrestled the person to the ground who was driving the stolen car. And lo and behold, when the person rolled over, he had a gun in his belt, and he pulled out that gun and he shot 3 or 4 times and hit both officers, killed Mary Ann Kalura with the shots.
and then he actually got in her police car, and in his haste to get out of there, actually ran her over. But she was killed by the gunfire. But about a week later, that person was killed in a gunfight down in Florida as they chased him. So it's an inherent situation that police officers can get killed in the line of duty, just like you are when you're in the military. If you join the military, it's what you do. You go to war and you fight, and there's an opportunity for others to kill you. So in law enforcement, the same way. How do we manage it? I don't think we do. We just know that it's there, and we just continue to do what we do is right, to serve and protect the public like we would want our military to serve and protect us when they do their duties. So it is possible. It's very rare, but it can happen any second of any day in any community, whether it be Fair Lawn, the Hart Street of Patterson, or Newark, etc. Any other question or comment from the audience, from our parents? How about any of the students? You have any additional questions you'd like to offer? Suggestions, comments, complaints? We have one. I think it's Gloria. Okay, go ahead.
Why do you think there are less Asian police officers in cities where they're like?
Why do you think there's less Asian?
Yeah.
Less Asian police officers?
Why is there not enough Asians? Or why is there a low number of Asians? I don't know that. We need to engage. That's why we're here tonight. This is one of the benefits of this program, is to encourage parents, to encourage young children and students to be involved in government, especially in law enforcement. My daughter's a law enforcement officer. She's a member of the Bergen County Sheriff's Department, a little over 4 years now. We need women, we need minority, and there's a whole host of people we need. Religious backgrounds, Muslim background, you name it, Jewish background. But and I know the parents know, in Bergen County, there's about 75,000 or greater number of Korean Americans that are here in Bergen County, and we need to serve our communities and be a part of the communities we serve. And the way to do that is to encourage others, whatever background it is, whether it be Asian, Korean, Muslim, Jewish, you name it, to be involved in law enforcement and serve your communities, and to be involved in your communities, whether it be a government official like a mayor or a councilman, or being on library boards or boards of education. So important for your community, and that's a legacy that your family would love you to do and continue with. So we try to inspire, we try to encourage, and a program like this is one of the better things, in my opinion, to get it moving along as fast as we can. Thank you, Gloria. Anybody else? Yes?
Well, now more than ever, there's like a little bit of a negative connotation for the word police officer. I mean, how do you deal with that? Does it affect you at all?
The question is a negative connotation towards police officers, the word police officer. So how do you deal with that? Well, I mean, there's a lot of negative about police officers, but you got to make yourself better. When I go out every day and I talk to people on the street and I talk to them, I say, look, there may be some negative publicity now about police officers, but just like one of the comments were that police officers are here to detain, the immigrant population. I think somebody made a comment, and then when we get a negative like that, then we have to back it and say, no, we're really not out there to do this. We're really out there to do good, like the one that the police officer pulls up on the street and he's talking to the guy raking his leaves. So you have to turn that negative connotation around. You have to go out there in the community and you have to, force the positives into that community. And when I became a police officer, that's what I did. I knocked on doors, talked to businesses, and basically showed them that, like the chief said, I was a person. Not only I could put jeans on and I could stand next to you and I'm a regular person. So those negative connotations can go away. In those communities down south where they're having all the involved shootings and stuff, a lot of the politicians are coming out and they're trying to talk positive about it. But those police officers in the community have to get out and push the positive out, because if they don't do it, it's always going to be negative. I hope that answers some of your question.
we have our good and bad. In any profession, you have your good and bad, and, you know, not every police officer is a great, you know, social person that could engage their person, whether it's stop on a motor vehicle and give them a ticket or let them go or just have a nice conversation. So we have a whole gamut of good and bad. For the most part, I think cops or police officers in Bergen County are good people that serve their community well and have people in their department that encourage that. So I think for the most part, we're very fortunate to have a good area and a good law enforcement community. And all it takes is one bad incident for the thing to go bad, just like across the United States. One shooting of a police officer, Black American, shot him in the back, it kind of sent a ripple throughout all law enforcement. But, you know, for all the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of police officers around the United States, you know, it's very rare that you have a bad incident. And I like to say here in Bergen County, very fortunate to have nice communities and great police departments. And it's because of not only mayors and council people and elected officials, but people amongst the community to get out and hold their public officials accountable. It's very important to be part of your community. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes?
Do you think there's a drug problem with kids at variety?
Drug problem. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because we didn't talk about drugs too much tonight, but you know, drugs are one of the challenges. The parents know this, you know, in our days when I grew up, like in the 70s and even going back in the 60s and all that, there was a lot of issues regarding drug behavior and activity. But today's drugs are even worse. You know, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, prescription drug abuse. And it's very easy and simple to have these type of drugs and alcohol in your environment, especially in high school. You're all practically near there or in there already. You know personally how easy it is probably to obtain drugs or alcohol and do the things that some of us do. But again, it's up to you. It's up to your brain. It's up to your heart to say no, not get involved, and encourage others in your like environments not to do it. But it's going to be very challenging because here in New Jersey, you know, we just elected a brand new governor, Phil Murphy. I like Phil Murphy. I actually voted for Phil Murphy. I think he's going to do a great job here in New Jersey. But Phil Murphy and the legislature, I believe in the near future, will endorse and legalize marijuana for recreational use. Marijuana is a drug right now, and it's a federal offense to possess it, smoke it, deal with it. And it's a gateway drug for other problem areas. But like I think 9 other states, New Jersey probably going to become a state that's going to legalize it. So if you are 18